Hi, my name is Emily, and this is my story. I graduated from one of the best colleges. I was the top of my class. I worked really hard in my college and graduated in only 2.5 years. I spent all of my time in the library studying. I had a few dates and no friends over the years because I was too busy studying and attending my classes. I was the top of my class with that. I was certain all will pay off eventually when I finally graduated and become the top of my field. So it was worth it not to have a social life for a few years. After graduation, I started working in a big company and I was making a lot of money. I thought I will be relieved. I thought I will have enough time to date and hang out. But when I started working, I come home very late, barely have enough time to sleep and eat. My boss was so hard on me. I used to be always praised by the teacher then by my professor. However, no amount of hard work seems to be enough to my boss. I did not quit though. I am not a quitter. I said that to myself. I kept on working hard for a lot of years. I believed that things will get better with time. Maybe eventually I will have more time for myself or have some appreciation for my boss. But nothing like this ever happened. One day, I had a phone call from my dad. He was severely ill and he asked me to pay him a visit. My dad lived in a faraway town. I asked my boss for a few days off. He refused. He said we had too many things to do. He did not show any appreciation to all the time I worked overtime or all the weekend I stayed at the office working. I told him that I had to go. I left and did not answer his phone call. My father was the best dad anyone could ask for. He did too many things for me and always was there. He even paid for my college. The only thing I could do to repay him is to be with him in his last days. Of course, I explained this to my boss, but he did not care. I took the first plane to my hometown and I saw my dad. He was so weak and sick, but also so happy that he got to see me one more time. I stayed by his side for 2 days. Then he passed away. After the funeral, I remembered my work and my boss. I finally responded to him. He told me that he forgave me and that I am the hardest worker in the company, and he wanted me to go back to the work as soon as possible. I was relieved that I can go back to my job, but I was tired and so sad. I asked my boss for a few days off, but he refused and said if I did not come back tomorrow, then I will consider myself fired. I packed my bag and booked the first flight back to the city. I had a few hours before I go to the airport, so I decided to go for a walk around my hometown. Before I leave, I found a traveling circus and I saw one of the show, and I had the most amount of fun I had in a while. I saw a sign that they wanted someone to feed the animals. I applied for the job and immediately got hired. It was an easy job. Anyone could do it, they said. My salary was much less than the one I made in my big job. I didn't care though. I decided to give myself a break for 1 or 2 months. I was so sad at my old job. I can go back and get another job. Getting a new job would have been easy for someone with my experience if I wanted. My new job is the best. I get to hang out with animals all day and I get to travel to all these new and different places. Now the circus is my home. Not only am I surrounded by people whom are like a family to me, but I also found the love of my life here. We are getting married in next month.